Cost about $300,000.
$300,000?
Yes, you heard me correctly.
Okay, I will be a wave glider, okay?
Vivian's volunteering to get in the ocean with a camera on her head. Stay tuned, everybody. Our coverage continues with Alex and Dave up next.
Have a great weekend.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, the record stands. No hurricane has ever hit the big island of Hawaii.
A strong tropical storm, well, that's another story.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live.
Take a look at this. Palm fronds sent whipping in the winds. Heavy winds, just part of what came with Tropical Storm Iselle. It could not keep up its hurricane strength, though.
And that was great news for us, huh?
They liked it. Anybody who wanted that record, though, we were so close.
Well, we're going to have another chance in a few days. Huh?
Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Olson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Well, it's morning in Hawaii. It is exactly, what, 8 o'clock in the morning now. Yes. And we're starting to get a better look at the damage done by Iselle. We're also getting a view from above. Thanks to our friends at NASA, this is what Tropical Storm Iselle looks like from the International Space Station.
Can we get? Maybe we'll get. Well, we're going to look at it from the pavement because that's a pretty impressive view. We've seen the palm fronds, and that poor sign took the brunt of it.
Now, while Iselle is wetting down Hawaii, Julio is making its approach.
Storm specialist Carl Parker is tracking both storms in the Global Forecast Center. Hey, Carl.
Hey, we're going to talk about Julio in just a moment. I want to get you up to date on Iselle, and fortunately, a little bit of stronger upper-level wind came in right at the last minute and managed to weaken this thing a bit. We do have reports of 20,000 people being without power on the Big Island, so significant power outages there. And here's the latest on the storm from the Central Pacific Hurricane Center. 50-mile-per-hour storm. It's working west-northwest at 13 miles per hour and made landfall in the wee hours of the morning, Hawaii time, 2:30 in the morning, as a tropical storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds. Now, we have seen some very strong winds, especially in higher elevations. We talked about that yesterday about how the winds would be stronger as you get up in elevation. So on Oahu at a National Wildlife Refuge, 72-mile-per-hour wind gusts there, and then Kahulawe up to about 825 feet, a 67-mile-per-hour wind, and on the Big Island at nearly 3,000 feet, a 66-mile-per-hour wind. And it's still going pretty strong. Most recently, within the last hour, winds gusted to 47 at Kahului on Maui and 36 in Honolulu. It's down just a bit now there too, 29 miles per hour, but 41 miles per hour at Lanai City. I want to show you Mauna Kea. This is pretty amazing. You know, we've got these twin volcanic mountain peaks on the Big Island of Hawaii, and they are way up there, nearly 14,000 feet. That's Mauna Kea. Temperature right now 37 degrees. The wind chill is 25, and the wind's now gusting to 41 miles per hour. All right, let's talk about rainfall. Flash flood warning now in effect. On the southeast side of the Big Island of Hawaii, the rain has been coming down steadily there for many hours. Rainfall rates have been as high as 3 to 4 inches per hour. Now, this is a largely unpopulated part of the island. That's where Hawaii Volcanoes National Park sits. And then just to the north of the radar site, which is right there, there's a little town of about 1,300 people. But for the most part, this side of the island is very sparsely populated. Then up into Hilo, that's where you've got a lot more people. plentiful. The rain is lighter right now, but it has been fairly heavy in some spots. Also, bands of rain and storms now coming into Maui, and we're getting that in Oahu as well. And so it's going to be a tough day today with these rounds of heavier rain from time to time, and certainly very gusty wind. We're thinking it's going to be probably about 1 to 2 inches of rain and maybe 2 to 3 there around Honolulu, but very heavy rain continuing for the east sides of the Big Island and Maui. And in Honolulu, 35 to 50 mile per hour wind today, heavy downpours, maybe another few inches of rain, and then that wind starts to calm down just a little bit tonight. All right, so let's talk about what else is out there. And of course, we've been wondering about the possibility of 2 storms hitting Hawaii. Well, Julio certainly is a very serious storm. It's a Category 2 hurricane with winds of 105 miles per hour, now working west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. There's been a very positive trend in the model guidance. Each one of these lines represents a different model. And what the trend has been is to take the storm more to the north in response to an upper low that's dropping down and turning the upper level winds. So what that means is if this trend holds, the very worst part of the storm would likely be offshore relative to the islands. Doesn't mean we're not going to get any weather if it happens just like this. There could still be gusty wind, especially in Oahu and Kauai. There could still be bands of rain that come up and feed into the system. But at least the way it looks right now, Dave, is we might avoid the very worst impacts of Julio. Back to you.
And that would be great, Carl. Thanks so much for your expertise here. Time for the Amaze Me segment. And the rare tropical storm Iselle that made landfall presented us with a radar image that kind of fascinated us today. Now take a look. This has, well, we've got 4 radars turned on here, 2 in the Big Island, 1 on Maui, and 1 out there near Lahui. Now we can see most of the rain here, but as Carl said, there are a couple of big volcanoes on the Big Island, and we're not seeing much to the northeast side of the island. That's a downsloped area. But take a look at this. With this just 1 radar showing, look how much we can't see. And here's the reason why. Carl talked about it. It's the fact that a radar beam shoots straight out from the radar. So the Earth curves. So typically you can only see, you know, further out. So here's the radar. Here's Mauna Lea. This big shield volcano. This radar beam goes straight out at about a ½ degree above the surface. Bang! It's into the hillsides and you can't see. Fortunately, we have those other 3 radars that allow us to see what's going on the other side of the mountains. There we have it. Mauna Lea and Mauna Koa, allowing us to see only the eastern end of the island. That's where the heaviest rain is falling right now. Alex?
Neat stuff. Thank you, Dave. Well, let's take another look at some of the video coming in from Hawaii. A lot of people took advantage of open shelters. Obviously not the most glamorous way to ride out a natural disaster, but when you're just looking to survive and stay safe, this will do nicely. Most of the shelters were at public schools, open then more than 24 of them opened for the storm. And damage, from what we're hearing and have seen so far, pretty minimal, but it looks like most business owners did end up boarding their windows. Our Jim Cantori noticed many are just single pane, which would not hold up, obviously, to tropical storm force winds. And that sign didn't fare great, but I think they'll be able to get that fixed up.
If that's the worst that happened, we'll be okay. Iselle is basically history, or it's still a rainmaker and a windmaker, but next comes Julio. We'll talk about that, plus look ahead to the weekend across the country as the hour rolls on.
At Panera Bread, our new flatbread sandwiches may be flat. The flavors are anything but. So whether it's taste inspired by the freshness of the Mediterranean or the smoky spice of the Southwest, or bold, adventurous Thai flavors, you always get flavor that's anything but flat, and always with chicken raised without antibiotics. New flatbread sandwiches from Panera, each 360 calories or less. Try one today.
No matter where you want to be, be, or what you want to do, chances are we're already there. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Super 8, where every destination is super. For a chance to win $1 million, visit WyndhamRewards.com.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane.
It's just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
You've got to be kidding me.
A new original series, Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
When I had my first migraine, I was lucky. That sounds crazy, I know, but my mom got migraines, so she knew this would help. Excedrin Migraine starts to relieve my pain in 30 minutes, plus sensitivity to light, sound, even nausea. Excedrin Migraine works.
You've reached the age where you learned a thing or two. This is the age of knowing what you're made of. So why let erectile dysfunction get in your way? Talk to your doctor about Viagra. 20 million men already have. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor.
As a peach grower, I know the tastiest fruit is the freshest fruit and how to spot that perfect moment of ripeness. I also know that nothing's more important than your reputation. That's why my peaches go to Walmart, so that you always get our freshest peaches, backed by the 100% money-back guarantee.
Good to see you, my friend. Here we are in Atlanta, Georgia, where yesterday you had the hottest temperature recorded in 2 years, 95 degrees. Today it's 89. You're not going to make it. Thunderstorms are going to put the kibosh on the heat today. In Canton, Georgia, just north of Atlanta, you've got thunder showers going on. It's 73 degrees right there. And a lot of lightning with these as they head toward Marietta and I-75 on the northwest side. Back towards Six Flags Amusement Park. Hope everybody's inside and away from that lightning. And some more showers to the south of town may disrupt travel if you're flying through Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. A new severe thunderstorm warning just to the northeast of Macon, so heads up in Jones, Twiggs County. Generally a wet, showery, rainy pattern right along a frontal boundary that stretches from North Carolina all the way out to the plains. Flooding still a threat here in West Tennessee, so please watch it there and down in the Delta. Alex, let's head to Charleston. Where?
Exactly, because it's a seafood festival this weekend we want to tell you about, because you know we're saying it's amazing out there, and we know that there are a lot of amazing events happening this weekend, so why not tell you about it on Friday? And our choice city for their seafood festival is Charleston, Oregon. That's right, and not what we were thinking right off the bat, but going to be a great weekend. It's the 25th annual Charleston Seafood Festival at the Charleston Marina. You got food vendors, you've got great music, craft beer, regional wines, and how about fantastic weather, too? 65 on Saturday with sunshine, 68 on Sunday. More sunshine headed your way. You can't beat that. And crab legs, can you, Dave?
I'll tell you what. 60s and crab legs, I'll take it.
Sign me up.
Very nice. I'll tell you, the weather in Charleston, South Carolina is not going to be that great. though it's not going to be that bad either. We've got green here where there'll be showers. Now, the best chance of having a wet day, like let's not plan a picnic kind of day, would be right in here. It would be the Tennessee Valley and the southern Appalachians. Down toward the beaches, Virginia Beach, Charleston, Folly Beach nearby, Savannah, Tybee Island, there'll be some showers, but it's not going to be a washout. Just make sure that you're off the beach when thunder roars. You got to go indoors. Another round of severe weather possible, as we've seen the last couple of days. Also along that same front that stretches back into the Front Range of the Rockies. Severe thunderstorms are possible there. The best weather this weekend is going to be around the Great Lakes and Northeast, New England, too. Oh, 78 in Boston, look at that. And the Pacific Northwest, I would call. Actually, the whole West Coast looks just great. 80 in Seattle on Saturday, 84 on Sunday. Wonderful. Now, the wet, showery weather continues here for the South. Looks like half of a good weekend for Columbus, Ohio. Saturday better than Sunday. And then scattered showers as we head through the northern plains. Now, the upper level winds over the United States are not going to be as strong as they've been in recent weeks. So these thunder showers will probably not be severe. There won't be any widespread severe thunderstorms. But with those upper level winds as light as they are, once showers form, they're slow to move. So flooding is a possibility, flash flooding especially in the mountains. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Dave. We want to leave you with a look at what's happening around the ATL. Plenty of lightning, even some severe storms into parts of the state of Georgia. So going to be a tricky lunch break for you if you're maybe taking a late lunch break or getting out of the office early. It is Friday. Look inside this box. Over 2,100 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes. So even though these particular storms aren't severe, they're still dangerous. And maybe round 2 on the way. With Iselle still raining down on the islands, we've got to check in on Julio. That's next.
Knows her way around a miniskirt. Can run in high heels. Must be a supermodel, right? You don't know AARP. Because AARP is making finding the career you love no matter what your age a real possibility. Go to aarp.org/possibilities to check out Life Reimagined for tools, support, and connections. If you don't think I've still got it when you think AARP, then you don't know AARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Brushing Kitty's coat can be a disaster. Her fur goes everywhere, clothes and furniture covered in hair. Now your pretty kitty can groom her own coat with Perfect Arch, the fun new at-home groomer that actually brushes her coat while she plays. The secret is the durable bristles that are designed to gently remove loose, shedding hair while stimulating your cat's coat deep down for an amazing massage. Perfect Arch feels so good, Kitty will be perfectly happy. Plus, the catnip-infused base keeps Kitty coming back for more. She'll be perfectly entertained for hours on end. Look, your cat's natural instinct is to rub against people and objects. The problem is she leaves fur everywhere. But Perfect Arch lets your cat get an amazing massage while brushing her own fur. The bristles collect the loose fur for stress-free grooming that kitty cat loves. If you don't groom your cat, her coat starts to mat. Then when she licks her coat, you end up with nasty hairballs. But Perfect Arch feels so good, your cat keeps coming back for more. It's the perfect back scratcher, the ideal massager. She'll be purring in seconds, perfectly content, perfectly entertained. And look, the Perfect Arch base has rubberized feet, so it's super sturdy and covered in durable scratching post carpet, perfect for kitty cat scratching pleasure. Now you can get your Perfect Arch for only $19.95 plus processing and handling. As a bonus, we'll also include a bag of catnip absolutely free for hours of feline fun. But wait, it gets even better. We'll ship another Perfect Arch direct to your door at no additional cost. It's absolutely free. Keep one in each of Kitty's favorite rooms for perfect grooming anywhere, anytime. That's 2 Perfect Arches and 2 bags of catnip for just $19.95. Perfect Arch is Kitty approved. So for perfectly happy cats, call or click now.
To order the Perfect Arch for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-957-5690. Again, that's 1-800-957-5690 or order online at perfectarch.com.
This summer on NBCSN, the boats are in the water, the fish are on the hook, and there's money on the line. 2 great shows, 1 big night.
Introducing the new fruit smoothies from Nutrisystem. Plus, get started now with Fast 5. Lose 5 pounds in your first week or your money back. Guaranteed. And it's free.
I'm Corey, and I've lost 40.5 pounds.
I lost 30 pounds with Nutrisystem, and I feel great.
You can eat the foods you love and still lose weight. Fast 5 includes Energizing shakes to boost your metabolism and Craving Crusher shakes to crush your cravings. Call now and get a full month's supply of Nutrisystem for less than $12 a day.
The food comes to your house. You don't have to do anything.
Order your 28-day My Way plan and we'll rush you the Fast 5 free. Lose 5 pounds in your first week or your money back. Guaranteed. Fast 5 includes Energizing and Craving Crusher shakes. Plus, you'll also get a week of our new fruit smoothies absolutely free. You get it all for one low price. Call in the next 4 minutes and get the all-new fruit smoothies free.
I'm 70 pounds smaller and I love it.
35 pounds? Gone.
Call now and lose your first 5 pounds free.
6946.
Premier Bath is the best gift I ever gave to myself.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane. Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 91 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're going to start things in the state of Georgia, where we've got some severe weather whirling through around the Macon area. At this point, the severe storm is off towards the east of town, but we do have that warning that we want to tell you about. If you are on the path of this storm, Jones, Twiggs, Wilkinson counties, this goes until 2:30. Tons of lightning with all the storms across Georgia. This one could produce some hail and some strong wind gusts as well. Around the Atlanta metro area, you got to watch out for the lightning. The upstate of South Carolina, western North Carolina, you've seen rain with some embedded thunderstorms. Same for Southwest Virginia, West Virginia, and eastern Kentucky as well. Further back off to the west, some heavy rain showers into western parts of Tennessee have left some flash flood warnings in play. So we're going to have to watch for some high water. Also got some very heavy rain and storms rolling through parts of northwestern Mississippi. Dave, over to you.
Thank you, Alex. Time for the tropical update. Look at this, huh? A global shot. Adam Dean, our graphics meteorologist, thank you so much for this. Showing a super typhoon to the east of the international date line, and a couple of tropical systems we've been talking about now for days to the east of the international date line. Here is Hawaii, and boy, there isn't much left of the heavy rain associated with this tropical storm that hit Iselle late last night, Hawaii time, and there comes the next one, Julio, Hurricane Julio. I'll have the latest on that. We zoom in on Hawaii, and you know who's been taking the biggest brunt of this thing? Well, there are a couple of 14,000-foot volcanoes that sit right here. Notice the direction of the wind, southeast. That's riding right upslope from the coast up to the mountains, 14,000 feet. You get moist air to rise, and you've got Seattle, basically. In this case, times 10. We've had over a foot of rainfall, flood warnings, and watches are out for the entire Hawaiian chain. There's Honolulu getting ready for some rain. Wind's been gusting 30 miles an hour, and on the north coast, that surf must be just unbelievable. You want to stay out of that. That's Tropical Storm Iselle, 50-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds, continues moving off to the west. A problem eventually for the western islands, just more mauka, not just mauka showers, but heavy rain on the windward side of these mountains. Things are going to quiet down here in Hawaii beginning tomorrow. Now, we've got a big election in Hawaii on Saturday. That's on. That's on, according to the governor, because we'll be between storms. We got the flood watches in effect because of Iselle, and then we've got Julio out here. But Saturday should be fine, okay? It's going to be till maybe Sunday before it has any kind of impact here at all. In this case, it'll be an indirect effect because it'll stay well north of Hawaii. The latest on the tropics. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Dave. While we are focused on what's happening around Hawaii, this is the time of year when the activity really starts to ramp up in the Atlantic. Usually. Here's Senior Hurricane Specialist Brian Norcross to look at the factors that will keep things pretty quiet over the next couple of weeks.
As we look ahead the next 2 weeks in the tropics, we look at two macro factors around the Earth. So let's tilt the Earth over and look at them individually. One of them is called the MJO. It's the Madden-Julian Oscillation. That's what that actually stands for technically. And it's a pulse that rotates around the equator, and it can enhance or suppress hurricane activity. Also, there's another one called the Kelvin wave. It also goes around the Earth, but it goes faster. And how those two interact can have something to do with whether storms develop or not. Actually, a Kelvin wave came along and Bertha kind of bursted on the scene, and we ended up with a hurricane, of course, moving up the East Coast. All right, so how do these things come into play as we look at the next 2 weeks? Well, right now, the MJO is a little bit in play, but on the negative side. So we call this the MJO factor, and it has a slightly unfavorable phase here over the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and our part of the world. And as we look into the next couple of weeks, it's going to slide to the east and take over the whole Atlantic. So the MJO influence looks slightly negative. But remember that Kelvin wave. There's a positive Kelvin wave coming across the Atlantic. At least that's the expectation. So that might lead to a slightly favorable area here in the western part of the main development region of the Atlantic Ocean. So you have these two things kind of counteracting each other. So we don't have a big positive pulse coming along, but at least a slightly favorable look. That's what we see. So for next week, development looking unlikely, not impossible, but unlikely. And then later in August, a little bit more favorable in the Atlantic. That's it from here. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Brian. We leave you with a look at Atlanta. Severe storms now working in Cobb, DeKalb, and Fulton counties under a severe thunderstorm warning.
What are you doing? Packing my lunch. Between school, homework, and soccer practice, I'm going to need all the energy I can get.
Who's that one for?
You.
Get a smarter start to school with all your lunch favorites. Unbeatable prices, guaranteed by Savings Catcher. Save money, live better. Walmart.
When I had my first migraine, I was lucky. That sounds crazy, I know, but my mom got migraines, so she knew this would help. Excedrin migraine starts to relieve my pain in 30 minutes, plus sensitivity to light, sound, even nausea. Excedrin migraine works.
Of milk, all the deliciousness of Hershey's syrup. Squeeze, stir, share.
It's time for me to be practical.
You know, to have a better plan. It's time to have a serious talk about the future.
Every day, conversations like these are happening in families everywhere.
You know, until now, I haven't been able to qualify for life insurance.
I've been inquieto about what would happen
if something happened to me.
Life insurance may not be an easy topic to discuss, but now it can be a simple thing to address.
I just found a policy from MetLife
that's going to give us the protection we need.
And the peace of mind I want.
At a price I can afford.
It's called Final Expense Whole Life Insurance.
And it's just what I need.
With Final Expense Whole Life Insurance, your acceptance is guaranteed.
Even at my age.
Even with our budget constraints.
Even with my medical history, I was able to get coverage.
Applying for Final Expense Whole Life Insurance is easy. Policies range from $2,500 to $20,000, and premiums start at $10 per month.
There were no medical questions.
No medical exams. We made just one phone call, and just like that, we were covered.
Final Expense Whole Life Insurance is available to anyone age 45 to 75. The tax-free benefits are paid quickly and directly to your beneficiary.
You know, when the time comes, there will be expenses.
Things like medical bills, credit card debt, and funeral costs.
Things that can add up.
I don't want you to be burdened with those costs.
This policy will help cover them.
Call MetLife today to see how easy it can be to get life insurance. If you haven't been able to get coverage before, Final Expense Whole Life Insurance could be what you've been looking for.
It feels so good to be covered.
And even better, to be covered by a company I trust.
with a name that's been around for a long time. MetLife.
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 Call MetLife at 1-877-213-2531 to learn more. That's 1-877-213-2531. 1-877-213-2531.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane.
Just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
You've got to be kidding me.
A new original series, Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 91 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Some roads are closed on the Big Island. A lot of people still don't have power, but all in all, it is looking like so far, so good for the Big Island of Hawaii. And Hawaii might have given Iselle more of a beating than it took from the storm. Thank you so much for tuning in for Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. And because of the time difference, we're just now getting a lot of pictures and video out of the state. Local time is 8:30. And by the way, aloha. Here's one Micah Alameda posted on Twitter. It's some tree damage near Hilo International Airport on the Big Island.
But first, we want to switch gears, head back to the mainland, because we have a tornado warning in metro Atlanta. This is for Cherokee and Cobb counties, including the city of Woodstock, if you're familiar with the area. Big residential area and a school now in session for a lot of these kids. We are looking at this warning until 3 o'clock, and you can see this is embedded within a line of thunderstorms that has kind of been affecting the northwest side of the city of Atlanta. Highway 92, Adam Dean, our weather producer, has that been spotted, or is that roughly the area that we're watching?
Doppler. It's Doppler indicated. 6 miles southwest of Woodstock, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Kennesaw State University, Lebanon, and Sweat Mountain are in line for this one.
All right, so we're talking about a lot of folks. If you know anybody at Kennesaw State, anybody in schools in the area, make sure they are in their safe spot. I'm sure a lot of those local schools now doing that tornado drill that they so often practice.
All right, we'll keep you updated on that. But first, let's turn it over to Carl Parker. He's in the Global Forecast Center. He's got a look at the tornadoes and tropical storms and hurricanes out there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to take a look at Iselle and the latest on that, and it's certainly down but not out. It weakened a good bit before it made landfall, but remember, it was a very powerful circulation for a long period of time, so there's still a lot of momentum out there, and we're still getting reports of winds gusting over 50 miles per hour in a number of spots. And first of all, here's the latest from the Central Pacific Hurricane Center. It's now a 50-mile-per-hour storm. We're working west at 20 miles per hour, so a slight increase in forward speed there. And I want to show you the infrared satellite picture from the last 24 hours, and we were looking at a pretty formidable storm leading up to the landfall, getting ready to make landfall right in here. But notice these higher clouds coming down from the northwest there. That's that stronger upper level wind to help to shear this thing apart and weaken it right before it made landfall. But again, you've still got some stronger wind going on, and we are now getting our first visible images. The sun is coming up. Look at this interesting feature right in here. Notice the little little circulation there, that is actually what we call a lee side low. That developed from the stronger wind on the backside of the Big Island there and just spun up well to the west of the actual circulation that came into the Big Island. Winds now gusting to 32 miles per hour in Kahului and 29 miles per hour in Honolulu. This is the type of thing we're going to see today. Look at that. 58 miles per hour in Lanai City, and the winds, as we mentioned yesterday, are even stronger as you get up in elevation. We have had reports of winds gusting over 70 miles per hour as you get up to 1,000 to 2,000 feet. And because the storm has been strong for a long period of time, we're now getting wave heights on the order of 10 to 11 feet near shore, not right on the coast, but certainly some very steep waves out there, and no doubt that elevated surf is going to be a problem along the north and east facing beaches right through today. Rainfall has been tremendous. This is an amazing amount of wet weather. 13.53 inches of rain. We get 15 inches in Los Angeles in an average year. And Hakalau, that is north of Hilo. Pretty amazing. It's not very far away from Hilo. They've had 3.31 in Hilo, and they've had over a foot of rain there in Hakalau. So a lot of wet weather in some areas, and it's still coming down. That is a flash flood warning that has now been extended until 11:30. Local time, and we're still seeing all kinds of rain driving right into that mountainous terrain there. Right through here, rainfall rates still way up there, probably at least 1 to 2 inches per hour. This is mostly very sparsely populated terrain. That, in fact, where I've circled that area there is the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. And then just to the north of the radar site, right about there, there's a little town of about 1,300 people. But to the north of that, then you've got Maui. A fair amount of people live there, about 160,000. A lot of wet weather and very gusty wind coming in as we speak. And then the vast majority of people live on Oahu and Honolulu. And you've got about 1 million people here, and we're seeing all kinds of rain coming in now, and we're going to see winds gusting up to 30, 40 miles per hour through the course of the day today. So not the worst of weather, but it's not going to be an easy day. There could be some additional trees down, some additional power outages, and certainly flash flooding is going to be an ongoing concern. There's the high-resolution model showing that moisture driving those scattered showers and storms up into Oahu and then Kauai even through late tonight. Wind continuing, but gradually getting better tonight. And then we turn our attention to Julio, which at this point, it appears, is going to be traveling to the north of the islands. And we'll talk more about that in the Tropical Update coming up a little bit later on in the show. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Carl. We want to take a live look now at Atlanta, Georgia, where the city is dealing with storms. Take a look at this tower, Cam. Fine where the camera is, but off in the distance, whole different story. It's the northwest side of the city that has been battered or currently being battered with storms as they roll through. We do have a tornado warning in effect for Cherokee and Cobb County, and you can see a severe thunderstorm warning south of that for Marietta, getting closer to Metro Atlanta. But that tornado warning goes until 3 o'clock Eastern time. We are watching the city of Woodstock, and this includes the Kennesaw State University area. Our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, is here for a closer look.
And this tornado circulation is on the north end of a bow echo. That's a little comma-shaped area that sometimes gets some circulation in that. Here's the big picture. There's that north end of this pattern that I'm talking about. The south end, damaging winds in spots coming across. The severe thunderstorm warning in yellow. The tornado warning for Cherokee and Cobb counties. Here, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Cobb, DeKalb, and Fulton counties as these storms move from the western suburbs across into the heart of the metro area and then will head farther to the east. But it's this little comma head up in the north there that has the tornado warning on that. I'll zoom in a little bit, and there you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see that little hook that goes back there? The circulation is often inside of that little comma head area, and that would be taking it up in toward the Woodstock area, and then ultimately a little bit farther to the north and east. The approximate location here, Woodstock about 2:35, Arnold Mill 2:46, Alpharetta the 2:52 time period as that little circulation center there comes east. This is the kind of thing that could be hidden by rain because there is the little circulation center back in there. There's that comma head that I was talking about. And so the tornado would be moving across here, could be coming up into the noonday area as well. But if you're out ahead of that, you might not see it coming. Let me circle that, and then we'll take a look, see how strong the velocities are in this. If I can find where the mouse is, there's the mouse. So it is a broad circulation. You see some reds going northbound, some greens going southbound, but this is not a real strong circulation. It's the kind of situation, though, where you can get a tornado that can spin up. We asked the radar to quantify where the rotation is, and it's sitting inside there. So that's right inside and associated with that little rotating calm ahead of this broad pattern. So spotty damaging wind gusts all across the northern central parts of the Atlanta metro area, with a chance of a tornado coming toward that area there toward the noonday. So be on the lookout for that. Take shelter, lowest innermost portion of a building, sturdy building, and protect your head from the possibility of falling and flying debris. Seeing some of the pictures there of some of the storm clouds coming across the Atlanta metro region. Let's go back now to the studio.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We're going to stay on that. And, another place that knows the destruction severe weather can bring is Pilgrim, Nebraska. Sometimes it's the little things after the storm that mean the most.
Up next, the special journey of our therapy dog, Butler.
Currently in our area, 91 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, scattered showers or thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Packing my lunch. Between school, homework, and soccer practice, I'm gonna need all the energy I can get.
Who's that one for?
You.
Get a smarter start to school with all your lunch favorites. Unbeatable prices, guaranteed by Savings Catcher. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Are you new to Medicare? Are you wondering about your choices? With over 30 years of Medicare experience, United Healthcare Medicare Solutions can help. Call now to learn more about plans available to you, including AARP Medicare plans, or to get this free Medicare Made Clear answer guide. It was created to help make the different parts of Medicare easier to understand. Medicare has two main parts, Parts A and B, to help cover a lot of your expenses, like hospital care and doctor visits. But they still won't cover all of your costs. United Healthcare has the information you need to help you be better prepared when making Medicare decisions. So call toll-free now or visit us online. Are you looking for something nice and easy, like a single plan that combines Medicare Parts A and B with medical and drug coverage? Well, a Medicare Advantage plan can give you doctor, hospital, and prescription drug coverage all in one plan. Maybe you'd like help paying for your prescriptions. Consider a Part D prescription drug plan. These plans can help reduce the cost of your prescription drugs. Call now to learn more about what United Healthcare offers, like AARP Medicare plans. We'll send you Medicare Made Clear free. One of the many ways United Healthcare can help guide you through your Medicare choices. If you or someone you love is new to Medicare, retiring, losing employers' retiree health benefits, or simply looking for answers to Medicare questions, like what's the difference between Parts A, B, C, and D, call toll-free now or visit us online and download your guide free at answerstomedicare.com/TV. It's full of useful information to help you understand your Medicare choices, and it's only from United Healthcare Medicare Solutions. Call right now or visit us online.
Tired of faded bumpers, foggy headlights, weathered, sun-damaged vehicles? You've spent time and money applying product again and again to hide those embarrassing parts on your car, only to have that work fade away. Not anymore. Introducing Wipe New, the world's longest-lasting solution for restoring and protecting your vehicle. And we guarantee it to last for years. Just apply Wipe New once. It's quick and easy to do. Just one swipe and watch your car turn showroom new.
I've been a professional auto detailer for 30 years. Now, I restore faded plastic rather than just clean it. And I do it in no time at all. I apply Wipe New to bumpers, side panels, even dashes and interior plastic. Simply apply it once and it lasts for years. Wipe New is the most revolutionary car care product that I've used in my entire detailing career.
We applied Wipe New to the driver's side of this vehicle. We then sent this car through over 100 powerful car washes. Wipe New never faded or washed away, proving that the results will last for years of real-world environmental exposure.
I don't think I've ever seen it, Brando. I got it about 2 years old, and I've never seen it shine like this.
And we guarantee it to last for years. Use it on bumpers, decorative outside panels, side view mirrors, even vinyl or leather car seats for a protected showroom new shine. Don't spend a fortune on temporary fixes. Order the revolutionary Wipe New for only $19.99. But wait, order now and we'll double the size. That's enough for 2 cars. There's still more. Order now and get the Pro Detailing Kit with the headlight applicator bonus. Just pay separate shipping and processing. That's right, Wipe New restores your headlights too. Order now and get it all, plus a 2-year guarantee. A $50 value for only $19.99. Order now.
To get your Wipe New detailing kit, call 1-800-709-9230. That's 1-800-709-9230. Wipe New comes with a 2-year money-back guarantee. So call 1-800-709-9230 today.
Okay, we've got a tornado warning in effect for the Atlanta metropolitan area. There's a look at the storms coming in. And let's get a look at Greg Forbes.
Yeah, our severe weather expert. And Dr. Forbes, we're looking down, I'm assuming, at Midtown with a lot of the storminess on the left-hand side of the screen. But the south side hasn't been seeing as much yet.
No, and most of the metro area is going to get, if they get damage, it's going to be spotty, little what we call microburst damage, little localized wind gusts inside these thunderstorms. Of course, some tremendous amounts of lightning with this, some heavy rain. But up on the north edge, there's a little bit of a circulation that could give a tornado. Let's take a look. So we do have a tornado warning there for Cherokee and Cobb counties. Farther to the south, severe thunderstorm warnings across much of the metro area now. It's part of this whole cluster of storms that has developed into a little comma shape. And I wanted to take you back to about 2:21. Here's what I'm talking about. This is about 20 minutes ago now. Can you see this? It looks like the punctuation mark, the comma, and inside this little area here is where we can get a circulation, and that's where there can be a tornado. It's heading off toward the noonday and then the Mountain Park area. Now, I wanted to show you back at that time, the storm probably had its strongest circulation just as they were about to issue the tornado warning. You can see there the reds northbound, the greens southbound, and we asked the radar to quantify this, how strong the rotation is, and it goes up from out of the blue into the green. So right there at that location was where it was showing a possible tornado. Correlation coefficient not showing any debris in it at that time, so it was rotation aloft right about there. Now if I step this forward in time, we'll see that the circulation, the comma, you can still see it there. Now it's getting a little bit weaker and weaker still. It looks like maybe the storm has gusted out quite a bit. That was probably up around near the Wade Green exit north of Kennesaw at that point east of Ackworth. Now the situation is one where the circulation is a lot weaker. If I try turning on again the velocities, you see ever so slight amounts of southbound, quite a bit of northbound under the overall storm. But then this normalized rotation that tries to quantify that looks kind of like just a shear zone along the gust front there. No concentrated pocket that we can tell. So we're being very careful here. Still a possibility of a tornado coming across this area, Cherokee and Cobb counties, in the areas east of Woodstock at this point. Also severe thunderstorm warnings for Cobb, DeKalb, and Fulton counties as these storms head east. Should there be a tornado, we'll track it across where it would be located, coming across here up in this area east of Woodstock, now coming toward the Arnold Mill and then the Alpharetta areas around 3 o'clock. But at this point, probably the main thing, lightning, watch out, stay indoors, keep away from the windows, keep away from the appliances, gusty winds, very heavy rain, a chance of a tornado, but certainly not one that's guaranteed. Let's now go back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. Look at that camera view. We're taking it full now.
What camera view?
Looking at Midtown Atlanta. Now we're looking at a couple raindrops and a lot of real dark clouds.
But the tornado signatures weakened on radar, and the threat area was up around Woodstock, moving east, and that's less of a threat as that storm hits toward Alpharetta. So good news for North Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, as he said, some spotty gusty winds possible. So if you have plans to travel around the Atlanta area, maybe give it a few minutes, let these storms pass. You might see some tree limbs down here and there. Also, quite a bit of lightning, so you don't want to be outside of your car or standing outside trying to get a good look at these. These are going to be heading east into places like Decatur.
Yeah, it looks like it's right around Piedmont Park. Now you could probably hear the thunder in Virginia Highland up toward Druid Hills. So heads up here, this is going to be some blinding rain too. All that red blinding rain and deadly lightning. And it's moving east, now crossing the connector, heading into the east side of the metro area. And as you said, Decatur, and then up toward Tucker. So we've got some severe weather. Metro Atlanta. Stay inside if you can. If you have to go somewhere, just sit right where you are. Wait till the storm passes.
And that circle that you're looking at on the map, you can see it just off to the northeast side of Atlanta. That's where that camera was. So now you can understand why you aren't seeing anything in that cam. Yeah, we've got some really, really heavy rain rolling through. Not just the only game, or not the only game in town. We have seen some other severe storms throughout parts of the state of Georgia and plenty of wet weather into the Carolinas, also southwest Virginia and eastern parts of Kentucky.
Right, and that camera, for what it's worth, is looking northeastward.
It's looking at some rain right now, isn't it? It's getting a good cleaning, and hopefully it's bolted on tight.
Once again, that tornado warning is still in effect until 3 o'clock local time for North Metro Atlanta. But as we said, Dr. Greg Forbes just told us the tornado signature on radar has just about disappeared. What we're looking for now is gusty winds, not tornadoes, just gusty winds on the leading edge of these storms, very heavy rain, deadly lightning, severe thunderstorm warning, Atlanta, that's Fulton County, DeKalb to the east, and Cobb to the northwest. That's where Marietta is.
And you know, it's a Friday afternoon. School's letting out. A lot of folks leave early on Fridays, try to get out of town to enjoy maybe Lake Lanier off to the northeast or just anywhere, but this is going to really cause some gridlock on the roads. I mean, you were talking about traffic in Atlanta on a good dry day. It's going to be a mess out there right now.
Good news from the National Weather Service. The tornado warning that had been in effect for Cherokee and Cobb County has now just been canceled. Let's go back to our storm expert, severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes.
And that's, Dave, kind of what I was indicating a couple of minutes ago when I last talked to you, that looked as if the whole circulation that had been a comma shape with the circulation had really gusted out and become more of a damaging wind threat in spots. Not every place is going to get that kind of damaging winds. Take a look. We now continue, though, to have this severe thunderstorm warning for Cobb, DeKalb, and Fulton counties as not exactly a line. It's sort of an area of storms. There's two big main areas to the thunderstorms within that, heading east at about 15 miles per hour or so across the metro area. Tremendous amounts of lightning. But I did want to take you back to show why there was the tornado warning. This goes back to 221. Can you see how this wraps around back into what looks like a comma, the punctuation mark, with this being the head of the comma, and that's the location where the tornado circulation looked like it would have been. I'll show you that on Doppler velocities here. The green's going northbound, the red's going southbound. So that was the rotation, and when we try to quantify that, it was up to the second level of indicated rotation with these blues, the outer level, but right in there just to the east of Ackworth, probably near the Wade Green exit, was the tornado possibility. It was aloft, not indicated at the surface. But then as we step forward in time, we'll see that we begin to lose that comma shape. We still have it there 5 minutes later, another 5 minutes. But now it begins to disappear. It becomes mostly a line of thunderstorms. Here's the current situation. The tornado warning has expired. But quite a line of thunderstorms, tremendous amounts of lightning in that, and then gusty winds that could be anywhere under these heavy rain showers, but usually they're most frequent out on the leading edge. So coming toward the Arnold Mill area, right over Mountain Park, coming toward the Roswell area, and then probably even a higher gusty wind threat right down near the Mount Bethel area. That's East Cobb County, coming into the Chattahoochee Plantation region at the moment. And then that's the northern of the two storms. Here's the second one I was talking about. This one even looks a little bit like a bow echo also, doesn't it? With the a little bit of a curvature to that. That's right over Vinings now, coming right into North Atlanta, and then heading down farther to the south. It's right over downtown Atlanta now. And you saw how dark the camera was there, coming toward the Decatur area. So strong storms to severe thunderstorms. There'll be some spotty damaging winds across the area from this. And there it is rolling in the next half hour or so. It'll be rolling across from the central part of the metro area over the east side. Again, Cobb, DeKalb, and Fulton counties, you have severe thunderstorm warnings. And a brand new warning now a little bit farther to the south, down toward the McDonough area. Let me slide this in, and we'll give that warning. That one is DeKalb, Henry, and Rockdale counties as a separate area of severe thunderstorms are coming in a little bit more from the southwest, rolling up that area, and that will come to the Conyers area over the course of the next half hour or so. Going back where the tornado warning had been, that had been up into the area now that is near Woodstock, and what is left of that is heading into the area, probably over toward the Arnold Mill area. But again, it looks at this time as if the tornado threat has diminished considerably. You can never totally rule out a tornado on the leading edge of these gusty winds, but certainly that broad organized comma head that had spawned the tornado warning, that has pretty much dissipated at this point in time. Let's go back now to the studio.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. You know, we continue to watch these storms, and for some spots across the south, we will continue to watch for the chance of storms as we head into the weekend. While the Northeast is going to enjoy a pretty nice weekend, the Southeast, it's going to be a little iffy at times. Once again, we've got these severe thunderstorm warnings.
Right, and the tornado warning was canceled for North Metro Atlanta. Nevertheless, severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes and damaging winds. Now, this is not the only area that's being hit as we switch to Max 2. You'll find that we've got rain all the way up into the Tennessee River Valley now, and back into Alabama, Mississippi, Western Carolinas, all the way back to the Mississippi River. And this is the kind of pattern that we're going to be in for the weekend. So we'll just have to get used to this. Some flooding issues, Western Tennessee, especially around Jackson, Tennessee, and then back into the deltas, what it's called here, northwest Mississippi, right down here along this squiggly line, the mighty Mississippi River. So where there's low country, boy, you can just get flooding. Where there's mountains like the Appalachians, you also get fast-moving water coming down hillsides. So here's the rain, my friend. Rain and scattered thunderstorms, not only Atlanta, but Birmingham, Montgomery, Tallahassee. At least the heat is not super on as it has been the last couple of days. Tallahassee hit nearly 100 the last few days. Atlanta at 95. You won't be anywhere close to that all the way through Monday. But look at this. And then especially when you consider a southeast wind off the Atlantic Ocean going from sea level all the way up to 4,000 feet in the southern Appalachians. On the east side of the Appalachians, we're going to have some problems with flooding. So east of Asheville, North Carolina, up toward Banner Elk, some of these beautiful spots where people are camping this weekend, doing some hiking, or just spending the summer. Rain, roads out, all a possibility. Atlanta, 1 to 2 inches possible between now and Sunday. Memphis, about an inch or so. So the southeast, one of the wettest places in the United States. Charlotte, there you go. At least the temperature's down around 80 during the day. Our average high up around 87. So that's a look at the southeast, the wet weather that we've had in the southeast. Let's turn it back to Alex.
Thank you so much, Dave. We're actually going to stay around the Atlanta area, taking a look at some really, really impressive camera footage, especially the camera on the left-hand side of your screen. This is a camera right around the Midtown area, and if you look at the radar, you can see we're just swamped with very heavy rain, the dark clouds, visibility's down to near nothing when you're talking about this kind of torrential rainfall. So you really got to be careful. I know it's about the time that schools are letting out. Some folks still waiting on their kids to return home because kids are on the bus at this point. But the heavy rain is out there. That's going to slow down things on those roads that are usually slow this time on a Friday. You can see right over the 75, 85 downtown connector. This is where the rain is coming down in buckets, and where you see that circle right around on the N and the T in the city of Atlanta's name, that's where that camera is, so you can understand why you're not looking at much of anything. Plenty of lightning along with this. We've seen lightning strikes on the order of over 1,000 in just 15 minutes. So these storms, while severe and could produce some hail, some damaging winds, also bringing quite a bit of lightning, that dangerous enough on its own. You're looking at now the big picture from Canton all the way down to the south of Atlanta, including Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. They are getting thunderstorms and a lot of lightning. Look at this. Just within this red box, 700 strikes in the whole area, over 2,300.
And of course, we know lightning kills. You want to be inside. And if you're driving, don't have contact with any metal part of your car. Because lightning hits your car, it's going to travel through the metal, through the frame, which is what diverts it, and then down to the ground. So you don't want to be in part of that circuit at all. Right here, the visibility is pretty good. But in some parts of Metro Atlanta, you can hardly see that ugly hood ornament you have at the front of that car.
No,
you know,
the little the eyes on the car with the eyelashes. You can't see
that one, just like this. This is in pretty much downtown Atlanta, Midtown, looking northeast, looking toward Piedmont Park and Virginia Highland, Druid Hills, Emory University. The visibility is poor. Those storms are now just getting into Dunwoody. Okay, so make sure the kids who are probably just getting in from school now, this is the first week of school, make sure they're inside, because in Dunwoody it's going to look more like the left side of the screen than the right side of the screen. It's pouring in Sandy Springs, so we want everybody to be safe as these severe thunderstorms roll across the area.
This around the campus of Georgia Tech, the picture on the left. So, you know, the college kids, as they begin to make their way back to maybe campus, probably not starting classes for a couple more weeks. But we've also seen problems, Dave, at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, thanks to the proximity of the thunderstorms. To give you some idea of where it is, off to the south of Metro Atlanta, or the center of Atlanta, and they are under a ground stop.
Ground stop. They're reporting average delays 45 minutes to an hour, and that could get longer too.
Yeah.
So if you have a flight and you were thinking you better make it to the airport real soon, call ahead, because there may be some delays here.
Anticipate some yellows and oranges and reds on that flight board.
Right.
Yellows and oranges at least.
Right. Forest Park is just to the east of the airport. That circle is where the busiest airport in the world is. It's just south of Atlanta. Friday afternoon, of course, very busy. And now we've got thunderstorms all around. They don't want to take any chances with your safety or their safety, so they're going to hold everybody in place until these storms move out. And I'll tell you, there's more where those came from. But in general, once these storms hit, you're in for a quiet period.
Right. Things will settle down a little later in the day. So if you got outdoor plans later, should be good. Let's take you to some new video from Marietta, Georgia. Again, you can see that off to the north and west of the city of Atlanta. This is video shot by our own Mike Seidel. He's a one-man band out there.
Who lives nearby, yes. You can see where he is, it's okay. But, boy, I guess that was off to the, I can't even tell where that is.
That's Marietta. That's East Cobb.
Yeah.
There's the LA Fitness. I assume Mike was, you know, pumping some iron and then stepped outside to get this photo. But around Johnson Ferry and Roswell Road, I believe, is where that was taken. So a lot of folks out doing their grocery shopping in this area this time of the day, and that's what they had heading their way. Now, at this point, they've already dealt with it.
Let's go over the warnings again for the Atlanta metropolitan area. It's on the south and east side now. Clayton County, DeKalb County, and Henry County, all under warnings. That's till 3:30 p.m. Stockbridge is one of the pick cities. But I wonder if we could get in tighter here and have a look at the leading edge of these storms and see who's in for it next to make sure we have a new warning there, DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett. So the threat area is moving from the west side of the metro area to the east side, moving out I-20 up Interstate 85. So let's get in tight here. Let's say on the east side of Atlanta, if we could, Adam, and zoom down here. There we go. There's 285 on the east side. That's the perimeter highway. So these thunderstorms are heading in that direction. If you have plans to head home from Tucker, stay where you are. Let these storms roll by.
Amazing how if you're about to, hop on 285 around the Decatur area and you're going to head up 85 to Greenville, you're thinking, okay, there's not really any wet pavement yet, but you've got quite a sight off to your west. Let's head back out to our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes. for more. And Dr. Forbes, I would imagine those roadways are about to be very, very slow.
Yeah, stopped in all likelihood, because while these heaviest of rains are coming through, the visibility is going to be down to very, very low. It's going to be very, very difficult to drive. Of course, there's tremendous amounts of lightning. It's going to be scary, really. You don't want to really be on the roadways at this point in time. Take a look. Here is that main cluster of storms. The northern cluster had a comma shape to it, a little head to the comma head area that had a tornado warning. That has expired, been canceled. But there's a second round, a little bow echo that's coming right across Atlanta. And then yet after this, we're not done with thunderstorms through the Atlanta metro area. There's yet more to come. Severe thunderstorm warning now for the east half of the Atlanta metro, DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties. And look at all that lightning that I'm talking about. You can't go a square mile without having a cloudy ground lightning strike come down. So remember your lightning safety rules. When thunder roars, go indoors or in your metal top vehicle. Indoors, keep away from anything that's connected to wiring, including, corded telephones. Cell phones are okay. Keep away from the plumbing. And in your car, try not to touch anything that's metal, because there's a lot of lightning coming down with these storms. Now, I wanted to take you back, though, to 221. That's when we had the circulation that looks like it was a tornado. I've been talking about a comma cloud. Here's what I mean. See that? It looks like the comma punctuation mark, and I talk about a rotating head. That's right about here. And about that rotating head, there was the winds and the Doppler velocities that we can see show that there was reds going northbound, greens going southbound, and they touched right about at my arrowhead here. And when we quantify that rotation, it was up to the sort of the second level of strength. The blue is sort of a weak rotation. We get up into the green, that's moderate. So possible tornado there just a mile or two east of the Ackworth area. Then since then, that bow echo has gusted out. We still had it 5-10 minutes after that, but now it began to weaken as the storms have pushed farther to the east. And at this point, a big line of thunderstorms that is out near the area just past the Arnold Mill area, heading toward Milton, heading toward the Alpharetta area. And zooming in, I'll just slide down the line with this. Alpharetta, you're about to get a cloud burst. Newtown, you're about ready to get a cloud burst. It is pouring like cats and dogs right now in Dunwoody. Chamblee, the clear to heavy rain is coming right across you now down to the Oak Grove area. It's pouring in downtown Atlanta and Sandy Springs, and then it's pouring in Decatur. One little spot here, maybe even some small hail there in the Decatur area, just south of Decatur, heading over toward Glen Haven. And then there's a separate little storm that's coming in more northeast bound down around the Panthersville area, heading over toward Lithonia. And so that is going to mean storms are really going to collide up into the Redan area there. Taking a look here then, the one storm coming east, the other toward the northeast, and that one also has a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's first take a look at this one. DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties, these storms moving east at about 15 miles per hour. And timing that out, it's pretty close to the Roswell area, or just hitting Roswell. Johns Creek 333, Lawrenceville 418, Buford 422. As this line that's going eastbound heads east, heavy rain, lightning, maybe some spotty damaging winds. This one going more toward the northeast, down around the Panthersville, Conyers area right now. DeKalb, Henry, and Rockdale counties, you're under severe warning. And that one is going northeast. Probably some of the gusty winds coming up towards Stone Mountain there at about 3:40, Snellville about 4 o'clock. So strong storms there. This is what's left of the northern end of the bow echo that had that rotating comma head. Still has some rotation, not as strong as it was. That rotation part is coming toward Roswell and Johns Creek. That's a little bit of a secondary circulation that's developed a little bit south, or it's circulated its way south of the original bow comma head that's up in here. So we sort of have two of them. No indications of a tornado at this time on that newer comma head formation. So stormy day for the next, at least for the next half hour across the eastern and northeast parts of the Atlanta metro area. Then a bit of a gap and things cool down. Then probably yet some more thunder coming in later this afternoon as more storms come in out of Atlanta. Let's go back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We are looking at Mike Seidel's video part 2. You kind of saw the preview with the dark clouds, and now you're getting a look at the full force of that storm.
And this was most likely about a half an hour ago. These storms are now on the east side of Atlanta. So this is what you're seeing in Dunwoody and Sandy Springs, and then heading over toward Norcross here in a few minutes. Decatur heads up for some heavy rain and some gusty winds. Could be some damaging winds here too. Now in the North Metro area, there had been a tornado warning in effect till 3. That was canceled about 10 minutes till 3 when the Weather Service and our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, noted that the circulation appeared to be very weak. It was a quick hitter, but then it was very weak. Now we understand that there have been some lightning injuries in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, and I was about to say, we're getting some early reports out that there could have been some people injured due to a lightning strike. And this is kind of what we've been saying all along. Some of these storms aren't severe, but they're bringing a ton of lightning. And we've been stressing this all summer, the danger of the lightning. The strong winds, the hail, the tornado, those are the things that really scare you right off the bat. But lightning, just within a garden variety thunderstorm, can be deadly. And we have seen plenty of lightning around the Atlanta metro area.
I just read an email from Catherine Prosiv, one of our meteorologists. She was driving home past some construction workers, told them she was a meteorologist and the storms were on the way. The guy seemed to not take action. She told him, I'm a meteorologist for the Weather Channel. You need to do something. He got on the walkie-talkie and everybody went inside for cover.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks, Catherine. All right, get to your safe spot. We're going to continue to watch this and other storms across the country after your local on the 8s.
Why do you want Intel-powered computers with special financing?
Wasn't my dress cute?
Everyone getting their work done?
Oh, you betcha. Reply all.
Busy, busy.
And in conclusion, because your family needs to always be productive. Boom. Well, oh no, almost always. Get the HP All-in-One and now enroll back to Toshiba Touch with special financing with your Walmart credit card. The Intel processing power you want. Online and in-store. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
So we're all set?
Yep, with Xfinity Internet, your family can use all their devices at once. Works anywhere in the house, even the garage.
Max, what's going on?
We're doing a tech startup. We're streamlining an algorithm. We're going public!
The fastest in-home Wi-Fi for your entire family. The X1 Entertainment Operating System. Only from Xfinity.
Currently in our area, 91 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms this evening. Skies will become partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Saturday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Did you lose the lid for those leftovers? That one's too big. This one's too small. Introducing Mr. Lid, the one and only container with an attached lid. Neat and clean and totally green. The secret is the patented lid design with the seal-safe hinge. Not available on any other container anywhere. Air and bacteria spoil food. Nasty and a waste of money. Durable Mr. Lid is airtight. The seal-safe hinge locks in freshness, so food lasts longer. That's a waste of space. But with Mr. Lid, it's like having an extra cabinet. Look, this container fell. It's a disaster. But drop Mr. Lid and it stays perfectly sealed. BPA-free, Mr. Lid is microwave and dishwasher safe. Plus, it's non-toxic. And it's great for packing the little one's lunch. The lid never gets lost. bring it to parties for chips and dip. In the garage, store nuts and bolts. Keep Fido's food fresh. Store toys for the boys or arts and crafts. Stop spending hundreds of dollars buying flimsy containers and countless hours searching for lost lids. Now, through this special TV offer, you get 4 small, 2 medium, 2 large, and 2 extra large Mr. Lids with attached lids, all for just $10. But wait, call right now and get a second set free. Just pay separate processing. Mr. Lid also comes with an ironclad 100% satisfaction guarantee. Try it for 60 days. If you don't absolutely love it, send it back. You get it all. 20 Mr. Lids with attached lids and the satisfaction guarantee. An $80 value, all for just $10. Also, ask about the supersized value set, which includes the salad container with the spill-proof snap-in cup. Perfect for on the go. What would you rather have, this or this? For the one and only container with an attached lid, call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-516-0072. That's 1-800-516-0072. Or go to MrLid.com.
Severe weather rolling across the Atlanta metropolitan area. It's quieted down here, but I think you could see that flash of lightning. We're looking at Midtown Atlanta, up toward Peachtree Street, 10th Street. We had tremendous rain about 15 minutes ago. That's now moving east into DeKalb County. Good to see you, my friend. I'm Dave Schwartz. It's 11 past the hour. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. DeKalb County, Fulton County, that's Atlanta's county, Gwinnett County. DeKalb right here, Gwinnett County right here, so they're all moving to the east. If you see dark skies and wonder what's going on in Tucker, that's what's going on. Huh? Thunderstorms with just tremendous rain. I mean, it goes from cloudy, like it's okay, to like it's dark, and then boom. And the lightning and the thunder have just been vivid all across the metropolitan area. So Tucker, and then right up 85, Norcross here in Gwinnett County, and then all the way up to Lawrenceville later on. This warning's in effect till 3:45 local time. Of course, it includes Brookhaven. You're getting it right now in Brookhaven. You can hardly see across the street. That's northeast of Buckhead if you've ever been to Atlanta. And also out I-20. You know, fortunately, these are going to be rumbling through and out of here by rush hour, but look what's on their heels. Now, typically, storms as big as this, once they move through, and notice the south side, the airport, all kind of delays right now, just know that. Once these move through, the atmosphere kind of settles down. You know, it's the heat rose, and now the cool, rainy air is coming down, and that stabilizes the atmosphere. So it remains to be seen how strong these storms are going to be, but just know that there's more, at least rain behind that. So it may be a very slow rush hour on this Friday afternoon. Also had some severe weather northeast of Macon. That storm south of Milledgeville has weakened, but any of these storms could produce flooding because the atmosphere is so juiced, especially in Georgia. We pick up some drier air here. This is just some light rain now. Raleigh all the way back toward Bristol, Virginia, and Bristol, Tennessee. And another round of gully washers, West Tennessee into northwestern Mississippi. Flood warning still in effect for Jackson, Tennessee. Be careful. And look at this. There's the forecast for tomorrow. We should just record this and play it again for Saturday and Sunday. The threat for scattered showers and storms. A frontal boundary sitting right in here, and upper level disturbances coming in west to east. Of course, the Gulf is open. The Atlantic is open, meaning that winds coming off of both of those bodies of water flood the atmosphere with moisture, and some of those could flood the ground also. So be careful, okay? Would you do that? That's the story on the southeast. Active weather today and beyond. Alex, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dave. We continue to watch the Atlanta metro area as the storms have been bearing down. Just one of the spots today that we have to watch out for severe weather. DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties. This is the east side of the Atlanta metro area, including Brookhaven over near Decatur, Redon, and Tucker. 3:45 Eastern time is how long you are under that. And hey, look, we can see Midtown again as that heaviest rain has begun to move off towards the east. We'll be right back after your local on the 8s.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. For a chance to win $1 million, visit WyndhamRewards.com.
When I had my first migraine, I was lucky. That sounds crazy, I know, but my mom got migraines, so she knew this would help. Excedrin Migraine starts to relieve my pain in 30 minutes, plus sensitivity to light, sound, even nausea. Excedrin Migraine works.
Love the way your tires look right after applying Tire Shine, but hate that it washes right off with the first rainy day? Well, not anymore. Introducing White New Tire, the world's longest lasting tire dressing, a full 6 months. Just apply White New Tires and let it dry. Your tire's shiny new finish will be protected from snow, slush, and road salts, from mud and muck, and from heat and sand, along with all the normal dust and road grime. And the shine won't wash away.
You've just seen my truck on camera, and as much as I love to go off-roading, I trust only White New to keep it like new.
Want proof? We applied White New to half of this tire and sent it through over 100 powerful car washes. White New Tire never washes away. White New Tire will last for 6 months of real-world environmental exposure, and we guarantee it. Traditional tire dressings can leave a greasy residue and even contain silicone that actually attracts dust. Here's how it works. Our revolutionary tire formula bonds to the surface of your tires, leaves no greasy residue, won't crack or peel, and most importantly, won't wash away, leaving only the White New Tire shine. Your tires will look better than new for months to come. Ordinary tire products need to be applied every car wash. Plus, they cause overspray and sling. Not the best thing for your paint. What a waste of time and money. Just apply White New Tire Shine once, saving you extra work and well over $100 at the car wash. White New Tire is only $14.99. Call right now and we'll double your order. Just pay additional handling. That's 2 White New Tire kits, enough to keep the tires on 2 cars looking shiny and new for a full 6 months. That's right, you get 2 White New Tire kits for just $14.99. Call now.
Order White New Tires right now and we'll double the offer. That's right, enough White New Tires for 2 cars. Enjoy your showroom new look for 6 months. We guarantee it. That's 1-800-621-3694. Call now.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane.
It's just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
So we're all set?
Yep, with Xfinity Internet, your family can use all their devices at once. Works anywhere in the house, even the garage.
Max, what's going on?
We're doing a tech startup. We're streamlining an algorithm.
What's Grandpa doing?
Hi.
Shh, Grandpa, you don't want to be an intern forever. Sorry, Dad. We have to get back to work. We have a deadline. We're going public!
The fastest in-home Wi-Fi for your entire family. The X1 Entertainment Operating System. Only from Xfinity.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial pre-arrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own pre-arrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Yours for $19 and Ray-Ban sunglasses for just $85.
Weather Geeks, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 91 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms this evening. Skies will become partly cloudy after midnight. Low 77. Saturday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 89. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I want to give you another update on the radar starting in the Atlanta area where we have severe thunderstorm warning for the eastern part of the Atlanta metro area. This includes DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties, including the city of Brookhaven. Some very heavy rainfall moving through some of these areas. You can see another severe warning just off towards the south of that one. This includes the city of Stockbridge. This warning goes until 3:30. So Decatur, if you're heading up 85 toward the Greenville area, you're going to get soaked, especially closer to the Atlanta area up towards Lawrenceville. Upstate of South Carolina, parts of North Carolina, central and western North Carolina. You've been seeing rain with some embedded thunderstorms, more thunderstorms out to the west into parts of Mississippi and Tennessee, and those have been producing some very heavy rainfall rates, and we do have a few flash flood warnings. Each one of those areas where you see the green outline, that is a flash flood warning. A few of those have expired, but still very, very heavy rainfall headed through those areas. And the rain has let up in Midtown Atlanta. We still have the very dark skies, plenty of lights on so you can see anything, but that heavier rain, the low visibilities, if not visibilities down to zero, those have shifted off towards the east side. Still, we can hear some thunder, some rumbles of thunder here on the northwest side of the ATL, but we are going to be closely watching this. And Dave, you've got to look at something else we continue to watch very closely, the tropics.
The tropics is right, and Hawaii is the place. Let's zoom in here right in the middle of the North Pacific. There's Hawaii. Doesn't look like much is happening there anymore, but there's something happening. And look at this, a hurricane with eyes perhaps on a track slightly north of Hawaii. Let's get into this right now. We're changing over to radar, which is kind of funky here on the Big Island because you have one radar down here, but when the beam goes around, it hits mountains like 14,000 feet, so we're not seeing what's really happening up here. But the southeast half of that island is under a flash flood warning. Rain's coming down in feet when all is said and done. Heaviest rain southeast side of the island. And then as we head northwest toward Honolulu, we find a line of extremely heavy showers, and there could be some, well, there's the possibility of waterspouts or tornadoes as these come in. So heads up here on the north side of Hawaii and then back over to Lanai City. The wind right now gusting to 62 miles an hour. So do we have something? Yes. We have a tropical storm. It's a shadow of its former self, and even at that, it's causing tremendous flooding and winds gusting over 60 miles an hour at sea level. And well, Lanai City, not quite sea level, but still, and up in the mountains, the winds are even gusting stronger than that. Goodbye, Iselle, Saturday morning. Going, gone. But then coming is the next hurricane. Tropical storm warnings remain in effect for the entire chain. Be safe out there, my friend. Some roads are out because of the flooding. Public transit may not be running, that kind of thing. So just know that these are extenuating circumstances, and please be careful. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Dave. Well, it's just after 9 in the morning in Hawaii, and many people are waking up and seeing the damage and rain from Tropical Storm Iselle. And there are plenty of people who will be looking for help today. That's why we're joined on the phone with Coralie Matayoshi with the American Red Cross. And Coralie, thank you again for taking the time to join us. Can you tell us how many shelters are still open right now?
Last night was really busy. We had 32 shelters open across the state with about 2,100 people in them. The largest population was on the Big Island with 13 shelters at 1,400 people. And so people really...
All right, I think we're losing contact with Coralie. We're going to try to get back in touch with her, get some word on to how many people are still in the shelters. Let's bring it back to the mainland of the U.S. because we're seeing torrential rainfall through some of our southeastern cities. We've seen some flash flood warnings into parts of western Tennessee. No flash flood warnings around Atlanta, but the rain is coming down in buckets on the east side of town now. You can still see some of those raindrops left over on this camera that is looking at Midtown. Take a look at the radar. That's on the lower right-hand side of your screen, and you can see Lawrenceville about to get smacked with some heavy rainfall. Beginning to see a little bit more daylight up on the upper right-hand side of your screen, this closer to the north and west side of the city. Still hearing some rumbles of thunder, though. Marietta, you've got at least a light to moderate rain still coming down. The severe storm warnings continue for eastern parts, DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties until 3:45. We'll have more after your local on the 8s.
Okay, ladies. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got this.
Oh, no, I'll get it.
Let me get it. I don't want you to pay for this.
It's not happening, honey.
Let her get it. She got her safe driving bonus check from Allstate last week, and it's her treat.
What about a tip?
Oh, here's one. Get an Allstate agent.
Nice.
Switch today and get 2 safe driving bonus checks a year for driving safely, only from Allstate. Call 866-788-0900 now.
Here we go. Hold on, man. Is that a leak up there? That's a drip. Now that's a leak.
That is a leak.
And if you don't have Allstate renter's insurance, game over.
Protect your valuables from things like water damage for as low as $4 a month when you add renter's insurance to your Allstate auto policy. Call 866-788-0900 now. And if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 45%.
Just a few more ways Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.
It's a bedtime nightmare. All you want is a good night's sleep, but your pillows slip and fall down, down, down into the dusty deep. Stop losing sleep and close the gap with Mattress Wedge, the award-winning patented solution that closes the gap between the headboard or wall and any size bed. Now pillows stay comfortably under your head, not under the bed. Kids' toys disappear in the open space between the bed and wall, and you're stuck digging in the crack to find it all. Place a Mattress Wedge between your child's bed and the wall, and those toys will never get lost again. Mattress Wedge features attachable pockets on each side to hold your remote, phone, glasses, and more, making it everyone's favorite bed buddy. Mattress Wedge is available for all sizes and types of beds. It's made of high-density comfort foam that stays cool in the summer and insulates during the winter. Look, bed frames are manufactured to be up to 4 inches longer than your mattress. That leaves a gaping sinkhole between your headboard and mattress that swallows up your pillows, phone, books, and other small items. But Mattress Wedge squeezes between to close the gap so nothing slips by. Plus, it's parent-tested and approved. Mattress Wedge is also perfect for closing the gap between split beds so nothing falls in. The sturdy but lightweight design means it's easy to remove and replace when changing the bed. And the 100% pure cotton cover is comfortably soft, breathable, and slips off easily for machine washing. Everyone sleeps better with a Mattress Wedge. Call now or log on and order your Mattress Wedge with 2 bonus attachable pockets in your bed size for as low as $19.95. Mattress Wedge is 100% guaranteed. You'll love your Mattress Wedge or you'll get your money back. Call right now and we'll double the offer in the same bed size free. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 Mattress Wedges for as low as $19.95. Call or log on now.
Call 1-800-280-9974 now to order your Mattress Wedge and get 2 for as low as $19.95. That's 1-800-280-9974 or order online at buymattresswedge.com.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane.
And just total chaos.
If you think you've seen it all, look again.
You've got to be kidding me.
A new original series, Hurricane 360, premiering August 18th at 9 on the Weather